Hi, welcome to our video about the Thakhek Loop. We did the loop over 5 days, so we split the video into 2 parts, and this is part 1. So prepare yourselves for lots of epic montage clips of me doing Top Gear style driving through beautiful scenery. We decided to rent our bikes from a place called Monkey Motorbike. They came quite highly recommended online, so we picked them, and we're really happy that we went with those guys because great service, amazing bikes. We sort of went there, picked the bikes that we wanted and hit the road. So, as with a lot of these names and places, I'm probably pronouncing some of them wrong, so bear with me, but we'll always make sure, or Jim will always make sure, that he puts the name as he shows the footage for each place, so you can actually know what the hell I'm trying to say. Our first stop on the loop was Nangan Cave, and it was a really cool experience. We saw that it wasn't much more money to sort of pay to actually not just enter the cave, but also to have a guy take you around on a boat through the cave, and it was just really cool. It was like quite peaceful. It was a nice way to sort of have a look, and we've never actually been on a boat like that far into a cave before, so it was a really cool experience. And we got to the end, had a bit of a walk around, ended up going even like lower, which was initially quite creepy because it was like pitch black, but then the guy just flicked a switch and the lights came on. And yeah, it was a really nice way to start the loop, a good cave for us to check out.
That was the cave.
I thought it was going to be a bit of a shit boat ride around like in a circle for 5 minutes, but it ended up being epic. It was really cool. Although our boat driver could not be asked. Sighing every 5 minutes, panting.
Do a sigh. Do a pant. No, wait. No,
not panting.
Go and do a pant.
So gross. Stop number 2 was a Viewpoint. I thought we would end up driving like kind of up the sort of, I don't know, like up the side of a mountain to get to this viewpoint. I didn't realise you park at the very bottom and have to climb up so many stairs. It was fine, like most of the stairs were like fairly gradual, but it was one of those climbs where you're like, oh surely this is it, and then you get there and you see like hundreds more stairs and you're like, fuck. So it was really hot. And it also looked a little bit sketchy. Like obviously I'm here to tell the tale, so we were absolutely fine, but it essentially just looked like a ladder that was leaning against a rock, and when sometimes it's quite steep, that was a little bit scary, but eventually we made it to the top and there was a nice view. What was quite nice about it was that we could see sort of parts of the road that we'd just been driven on and like our next part of the stretch that we'd be driving on, so that was quite cool to have a little look. We chilled up there for a little while, basically to catch our breath before coming down, and then also sort of checked out the surrounding area. There were a few other things to check out around the viewpoint as well. At the bottom of the viewpoint there was a restaurant, so we did end up having lunch there, but they also had dirt buggies that you can hire, and it was fun, but Jim just went from like, oh, isn't this a fun activity, to let's go mental. No, Jim, please, before you continue Eastland, please. Thankfully I had a helmet on, seatbelt fastened, because after about a minute of him being in control of like the buggy, he crashed into a big pile of rocks, and as we tried to reverse and drive away, the wheel was just completely like kaput, wouldn't work anymore. And we thought we were going to get in trouble and be like, oh god, we'll have to pay for it. But they were so calm about it, they just drove over with another buggy. We got in that one and they just took the broken one away and fixed it. It was amazing. So then I got behind the wheel, showed Jim how it was done, and we just drove around. I think we were on it for about 40 minutes. It was just so much fun. You obviously could be a bit reckless. There were like kind of those giant tyres that you could just sort of bump into. And there was a little bit of the track where you could there was like a few sort of slopes, so you could, at one point, like Jim got air on one of them. It was cool. It was a good mix of like sort of fun but craziness. At the end of day one, we went to Sabadee Guest House, which is where we sort of settled down for the night, had a sort of big barbecue with everyone at the guest house, and just chilled by the fire. Day one has been awesome, and now I'm really, really excited for the next 3 days. So hopefully they're all as fun as today has been. Day 2, up early, ready to go. We woke up super early so we could just sort of get a head start on the road. We knew that it was going to be a really long drive that day, so we thought, right, just early, get cracking. And we made sure to wrap up really warm as well, because someone warned us before we started the loop that it would be freezing cold, and they were not wrong. So yeah, as we were driving, one of the things that I saw on the map that I was keen to sort of check out were these Buddha sculptures that were like carved into rocks. And we thought, oh, we'll just drive, and if we see the sign for it, we'll check it out. It turns out we actually ended up driving like right past it, because it's like on the side of the road. So we sort of stopped there, had sort of a little wander around, and it was really cool as well because the clouds were really low, so you could sort of see the clouds over the trees in the background as well as the sculptures. And then we got back on the bikes, and our second stop of the day was to Pool. When we arrived at Pool, we were pretty much the only people there, so good thing about starting early is that we could sort of avoid the crowds. And I mean, Pool is pretty much as it sounds. It's a pool of water that's really cool, or cold. Jim jumped in first, was a lot braver than I was, and just sort of went for it. And it was really beautiful actually, because you could see the water was so clear, so you could see that it was quite deep, so you could sort of feel comfortable about just diving in. And you could sort of see the fish swimming around, all the rocks and stuff. It was really nice. I eventually, once I'd sort of warmed up after being on the bike, eventually did jump in, and it was so cold, it kind of takes your breath away a little bit. But after a minute of just sort of non-stop swimming, you warm up a little bit, and it was very refreshing. It definitely woke me up as well. So yeah, it was a really nice place to hang out in. And just next door there was a little like strawberry farm / like restaurant. I think we're at a strawberry farm, but I'm not too sure. They had really cute signs outside, so I wanted to come in and check it out.
And an ostrich.
And well, we didn't know the ostrich was here until we came in.
But there's an ostrich, isn't there?
There is an ostrich. When we arrived, we actually bumped into a group of people that we had met at Sabadee Guest House the night before. So we ended up playing a game of Platonk. So yeah, I think it's called Platonk. I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, we just sort of played that for a while. It got very competitive. My team ended up losing, so let's just move on. We got back on the road and ended up driving for quite a while. But this stretch of road was really fun. A lot of it was through the mountains, so it was quite windy. And then when we got to sort of like the flat bit of ground, it was so straight. So it meant that you could really like get some sort of speed going, just sort of, you know, zoom down the road. And eventually we arrived at our accommodation for the second and third night of the loop, which was Spring River Resort. When we arrived at Spring River, it looked like something out of Centre Parks, which doesn't sound that glamorous, but it was a really beautiful place. It was just like covered in like jungle and trees and plants, and there were little chicks running around everywhere. So yeah, as we walked in, I was very happy that we knew that we had 2 nights to spend there. This is the end of part 1 about the Thakhek Loop. Part 2 is even better, so you should definitely watch that video. Yeah, it actually was really good, so see you soon!